Hey everybody, welcome into the 815 Sports Podcast. Going to get started here with Thursday Night Football. Mason, thanks for coming on, being our guest this week.
Yep.
Pretty decent game. Thursday night, we got the Seattle Seahawks favored by 1.5 at Arizona. Mason, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, tough game to start off the slate. Every team in the NFC West, 2-1 or better. So, to be honest with you, this is kind of a big game early in the season. Seattle's been playing well the last couple of weeks. I watched them. Obviously, they beat the Steelers a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't look bad. Jackson Smith and Jigba's been good.
Oh, yeah.
Charbonnet was out this week, but Kenneth Walker's getting better every week.
Thank
I'm
God.
taking Seattle. Close game, but I'm taking
Seattle. Maybe a surprise team so far? Or no, is it too early to say surprise teams?
I thought they were going to be worse than they are, to be honest.
Yeah, you could say that. I didn't think Sam Darnold would be worth a crap, but
Yeah,
who
it
you
just
got?
seems like Seattle's good every year. Like, a decent team every year. I'm going to pick – I don't know why I'm in love with the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. It seems like I pick them every year. I'm doing it again. I just think Arizona's going to win. They're at home. It didn't matter last week. But they did lose a tough game, right? Wasn't it really close?
Yeah, they lost by like 1
Francisco.
point.
Yep.
So that was a really good game. And this is going to be a tougher division than some people think. I mean, who knows?
For sure.
But I like the Cardinals at home on a short week.
Yeah.
Seattle, where'd they play? Were they also at home?
They
were at home
beat
against the Saints. Yeah,
They beat the
blew
Saints
them out.
by a lot.
Okay, so both teams kind of have to travel back, so that really won't matter then. Okay, but I still like the Cardinals at home.
I like Seattle on the road. I like Kyler Murray, but in years past I've picked him and just hasn't been my thing. And then they have Marvin No Hands Harrison on their team.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Just some brutal drops. I mean, you draft him with the fourth overall pick and just not working out there. But I've got Seattle in this game. And then back to your point, you talk about this being one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I would say that. Is it a tough division in the NFL? I would say no. I would say the reason it seems that way is because
all four teams are decent.
Well, they're decent, but also everybody's banged up. I mean, the Niners are completely depleted, and they just lost Bosa for the year with an ACL.
I think the league as a whole is banged up.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
And I don't know what that boils down to, but anyways, they're really banged up. I don't think one team from this division is going to make a run in the playoffs.
No,
in my opinion.
not yet in the season. It's
They've
too early
had
for that.
some weak opponents in that division as well. So
Why? I don't understand why they're favored on the road. I mean, what have they done to make them be favored on the road at Arizona?
I don't know, maybe it's only 1.5. So as you say, that's a pick 'em.
Yeah, but all right.
usually they give the home team 3. So
Jake's trying to speed this video up because he wants to watch the Cubs. So on to the
I was
next
still
game.
talking about week 1, and you're already going on to week 2. Look at him.
On to the next game, we got Minnesota favored by 2.5 against Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually Ireland. it's in Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, so I guess Pittsburgh's the home team.
Yeah.
You never really know what's going to happen when you're over there.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers overseas has a losing record. I know that for a fact. Carson Wentz and the Vikings looked really good last week. Granted, it was against the Bengals, who are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. Basically, you just can't build it.
Right.
You can't build a team the way that they've built the team.
Yeah.
With all that being said, I'm going to take Minnesota. They're favored, so I can't call it an upset.
Why? I don't
but
understand
I'm going to take
these
Minnesota.
first two being favored. I don't understand why Minnesota's favored with their backup quarterback.
I have no idea.
I'm guessing it's because they won by 45 against the Bengals last week.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
Look, I'm going to take the Steelers. The Steelers have kind of surprised me this year. I think they probably could be undefeated, right, if they didn't choke at home versus the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think they're a pretty decently competent team, and I just like them. I guess both teams are on the road, but I like the Steelers in this game. I think I trust Aaron Rodgers more than I trust Carson Wentz. Maybe. I'm
100%.
not sure, but maybe that's why I'm going with the Steelers.
100%. These two teams are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They play solid defense. They're not the most explosive offenses. They really, it's special teams, fundamentals. They're very similar. So like you said, Aaron Rodgers versus Carson Wentz. I'm taking Rodgers. Give me the Steelers.
Yeah,
that is your
I mean,
team.
It is
I mean,
my team.
how do you think Rodgers has looked this year?
He's been great. He's been the team
Yeah.
MVP for 3 weeks.
I don't
He
think
has.
he's been bad.
I
I
mean-
think he's been very good. I mean,
If Rodgers hasn't played solid football, they'd be 0-3. They would be.
Rodgers is a solid quarterback.
Is he-
Everybody was giving him the shit with the Jets. Everybody and their mother should know that he's a good quarterback.
what have
The
I
thing
told
with the
you
Jets
that
had to
everything
do
that
with he was
happens
coming
with the
off of that
Jets-
Achilles. They said it
Yes.
takes 2 years to fully recover from that, and the guy's 41 years old. So
But what have I also said about the Jets? You never want to go to the Jets. I don't even know why they're a franchise. So
they had another tough loss this week. We'll get into talking about the block field goals. Washington, we believe Daniels is going to be back this week against Penix, who got benched last week for Cousins. Granted, they were down by 30 in the fourth when that happened. But it's in Atlanta. I don't care. I got Washington.
I got the Commanders as well. And do we have I mean, obviously there's quarterback controversy in Atlanta, right?
I wouldn't say there's that much.
No, I mean,
Well, you drafted the guy in the first round, and he had one bad week.
why is he getting benched then?
They were down 30-0. I mean, I don't think Cousins gives you anything
Yeah,
better.
if Daniels
Right.
plays, I'm taking the Commanders.
You don't get to switch. You got to ride with it.
Fine. I think that Washington has not played maybe up to. Would you say they're playing? I think they're playing worse than they were. Like, I don't think
Well, they're
they've
still
really looked
2-1.
that good. I know they're 2-1, but I don't think they've really looked that good. So, I'd like to see a little bit more out of them if he plays. So I got the Commanders on the road.
Yeah. Terry McLaurin is another one. He may or may not play this week. Washington's a team that I'm not sold on them.
Yeah, I'm not either.
they got so many they got so many
See, this
close
fucking
wins
kick
last
off.
year. The Commanders, so many close wins last year. They're kind of due for things to not go their way.
The Commanders?
Yeah, and they've got some injuries. Atlanta needs the bounce back, and they're at home. I'm going to take the Falcons. Close game, but I'm going to take the Falcons.
And how about Bajan? Man, he's a stud.
He's the X factor every game.
Oh, this.
Uh,
Let's go. Move on.
I got Buffalo.
Buffalo. I hate
Yeah,
Buffalo.
every survivor pick. Lock
I
of
mean,
the
if
week.
you don't take
Buffalo.
Buffalo, then you're dumb. So,
Browns at Detroit. I've got Cleveland. Just kidding. I got Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit's offense is not going to go in and lay an absolute egg like the Packers did. I've got Detroit.
This is a little different. Detroit's at home. The Packers are on the road. I'm
Yeah, but
telling
do you know
that shit matters?
the Browns actually have a top, like they're one of the best.
I think
defenses
it's
in the
number one
NFL.
right now.
Yeah, they're one of the best defenses in the NFL.
The Browns are like the Jets. They brown.
It's
Beat
an
'em.
awful franchise.
Okay, beat them.
It is. But I'm just saying they have one of the Packers sucked last week. It is what it is. I've got Detroit. I'm not talking about it
I've
anymore.
got the Lions too, and since this is the first NFC North team we're talking
big win
about,
for them last night.
huge
Oh,
win
yeah.
in the NFC North. Maybe that division is, you kind of got to judge the NFL as a week-to-week league.
Well, that's what they
obviously.
do because it's propaganda. It buys everybody in.
But
Season's falling.
maybe
sky's
the
falling.
NFC North is going to be a decent division because I didn't see the Bears doing that. But I will say Dallas's defense is also atrocious. But I got the Lions in a rout. I think they're going to definitely take the 8.5. I mean, they just went on the road and put up 38 in
yeah.
Baltimore. It's pretty impressive. So I
They
like
don't
the
score
Lions.
38 this week.
No.
They do not score 38 this week against this defense.
Browns defense is
the
tough.
Ravens defense is awful. It is bad.
I bet you they score at least 24.
Okay, well that's
And that's what I think the key is to beating Cleveland is their offense sucks. Joe Flacco is not good. You have to score 20 points, you're going to win.
don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over, score 20
Don't get
points,
blocked.
you're going to beat
Right.
the
don't
Browns.
get block kicks.
You know.
But
Detroit's going to do that at home. They're going to win. I don't know if they're going to cover the 8.5. Cleveland's defense could keep them in it, maybe, but I think Detroit's going to win pretty handily.
Detroit in a rout. I think they're back. I think week 1 was kind of a fluky week. Not that the Packers aren't good, but I just think they're going to get the rematch.
That division's going to go down to the. I mean, I thought when the season started, the Packers might run away with it.
That's what I
but,
thought too.
The Lions are going to be there all year.
because the Packers' schedule is kind of very favorable too for them to do it. So
I don't disagree with any of you guys. I think that it was good that I'll just consider that the Packers got humbled last week. I mean, you're up
Sure.
10-0 with 4 minutes left. I think the play calling was bad. That was one of the worst coach games
Hold
of LaFleur's
Keep
career.
talking. I'm going to find this stat.
But also the offensive line was terrible. We can't run the ball. We haven't been able to run the ball so far at all this year, which is surprising with Jacobs.
Yeah, with Jacobs.
Zach Tom's out, but the defense is absolutely phenomenal. The defense is not the reason we lost to the Browns. McManus, I guarantee you would have made that kick if it wasn't blocked.
Our teams have something in general.
So
I was going to send it to you.
You know, but when you, like Jake said, you look at it week-to-week basis, but they controlled the entire game against the Commanders and against the Lions, and it really wasn't even close in those games as far as them controlling it. And then finally,
well, they controlled 3 out of 4 quarters in Cleveland too. So
yeah. And actually, the Packers have not trailed in regulation the entire season. But
so this says
that's being too
and my
old
dad
is
just
tough.
texted me to fire LaFlop.
there he is. See, he'll get Uncle Tony.
He can't stand him.
So here's what I got, Cole. The Cleveland Browns are the first team to win after trailing by 10-plus points in the final 4 minutes of the fourth quarter since the Titans won in 2023, Week 14 at the
I remember that game.
It was the start of the collapse. I hope that's not the start of the collapse for your team.
I don't think it will be, but
never know.
Houston at Tennessee in the next game. Both these teams 0-3. I don't think the Texans are going to 0-4.
No.
This is going to be a low-scoring game. I feel like it's not going to – maybe I'm wrong, but Houston doesn't – they cannot move the ball.
No.
Sorry, Lucas, but I am going to take
What was the final score
Houston.
of their Week 3 game?
I can't remember. It was like 20-7 or 20-17, something like that. I don't. It was
So
low
close?
scoring. Yeah, it was close.
Wait, it was at Jacksonville, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I
How about
just
Jacksonville. Duval.
No.
I just think that things haven't bounced Houston's way yet this year. I mean, they could have beaten Tampa Bay
Oh yeah.
at home, and they could have beaten Jacksonville. I mean, these are very close games, could go either way. I think they get back on track. I don't know how much they get back on track for the season as a whole, but I think they get back on track this week.
Yeah, this is not a good game at all this week. I think Houston's going to win. I don't know if they cover 6.5. They just got issues. I don't know if they're fixable issues either. Because
do we think that CJ Stroud was a 1 year?
Right. You don't. That's
starting to think
what's
that.
so interesting.
Like,
is Stroud good or is Stroud bad? We thought he was great, but he hasn't done anything to show
they
you
were
that
really
since his
great
rookie year.
last year.
Yeah, you're right. I think he hasn't passed the eye test the last 2 years.
2 games, you mean?
2 years.
Wasn't he
Yeah,
really
last
good
year-
last year?
No, he was bad
Last year was
last
the same thing.
What
They
year
just kinda,
was-
The year before his
His
rookie
rookie
year,
year.
he was
Is
great.
didn't they go to the playoffs though last year too?
Yeah.
Well,
but
they won the
were like
division.
10-7.
They ended up losing to the Chiefs,
Chargers.
Yeah, one of them. But yeah, I don't know. They're probably going to win this week, but not a team that is really going to go anywhere this year. Hover around 500 in that division.
But I mean, that division. I don't know I don't think the Colts are going to keep playing how they're playing.
The Jags. 2-1.
Maybe the Jags, but I mean, you can just see the Texans hanging around.
For
and,
sure.
You know, a 9-10 win
for sure.
team in that division might win it.
Yeah, you
It's
never
the
know.
same with the NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
9 or 10 wins might win that division this year.
Panthers, Patriots. I've got the Patriots at home. I don't like the 5.5, but I think they're going to get it done. I got faith in Drake May. I think he's a decent quarterback. He's better than
Vrabel's a good
Bryce
coach.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I don't
exactly.
like
The
anything about
coaching
the
aspect
Patriots,
of it. I've got New England.
I got New England too. I think they moved to 2. Yeah, they moved to 2-2 because they
2-2.
beat the Dolphins. So yeah, I think they get to 2-2, and I mean, as of right now, they would be the second best team in the AFC least. So that's what it is.
I could see this being a very ugly game. You know,
Sure.
like a 13-10.
It wouldn't shock me at
rock
all if the
fight.
Carolina Panthers won.
For sure. But I see the Patriots kind of bouncing back. They had 5 turnovers last week against Pittsburgh.
Oh
so
my God!
and only lost by 7. So a couple of those turnovers too were in the red zone. May threw a pick at the goal line and Stevenson fumbled at the goal line. So the Patriots were right in that game. Being at home, like you said, Vrabel plus Drake May's been playing solid. I think the Patriots are going to win this game.
Before we get too far off the Detroit game, I needed a big game for Montgomery to beat Blake in fantasy, and he got me 32 or 31, and I beat Blake. So that's nice if he's watching. He took the L.
Chargers, Giants. Jackson Dart's first start. I think everybody has known for a few years that Russell Wilson is way past his prime.
Did you see some
I'm
of those
excited.
throws?
So
In the
some of the
Kansas
worst,
City game?
some of the worst I've ever seen. How do you throw it 4th and goal and he threw it to the goalpost? And
I mean, he's throwing the ball. I mean, he's overthrowing guys to where like
it's an easy interception.
It doesn't even make sense what he's doing or what he's thinking. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's why I like this. Like, change it. Like, see what you got.
I saw it today where their whole offense outside of Darius Slayton is now 24 years or younger. The Giants. So this is a good move. And I don't think it's going to pay off this week. I think Chargers are going to beat them, but I think that Dart, you might as well let him play.
Scatterboo look good.
What are
Scatterboo
too? Are they
0-3? They are 0-3.
Yeah. I'm sick of the Giants. Okay, it's every year. Like, and I don't know why.
I'm surprised Dable.
Why has Brian DeBall not been fired?
One playoff win with Daniel Jones 6 years ago.
So I'm not understanding what they're doing in New York. But
their schedule coming up is brutal too. The Giants, they've got the Chargers. I think they've got Philly, and then they've got Commanders. Maybe it's a tough schedule, so they could really take a lump and get 0-6. You know, but Jackson
Dart
might
be fired.
Yeah, starting Jackson Dart's the right move though. Russell Wilson.
I agree.
I've got the Chargers.
I mean, can we talk about the Chargers a little bit? They're really good.
Yeah,
they are.
So I like the Chargers a lot. I think they're well coached. I like Justin Herbert.
A defense, nasty.
I want to jump off my roof every time the Dolphins passed him. So I like the Chargers, and I think they should be. I don't even know if you can consider them a sleeper.
Did I pick the Broncos to make the AFC Championship game or the Chargers in my? Because I know I didn't pick the Chiefs. Anyways, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, the Chargers can definitely make a run.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now
they really should win.
Don't they
division.
have do they play the Bills this year?
I don't know.
I don't think they do. So that kind of sucks because I feel like that could be your 1 seed. LA Chargers or the Buffalo Bills.
I'm not sure if they play. I don't think they play Baltimore either.
The only way Kansas City can get back into it is if they win this week, which is a tough game, and they beat Buffalo. And Buffalo falters again this season. Otherwise,
if there's one time that Josh Allen can beat Patrick Mahomes, it's in the regular season.
I'm just saying. But that's the only way. That's the only way that the AFC will run through Kansas City and Arrowhead is if they win, if they beat Buffalo, and Buffalo falters another time because they both have 2 losses in the home.
Yeah, well, let's also call it what it is. The Chiefs do not look that good. They didn't look that good last year.
I don't think Philadelphia looks that good either, though.
Travis Kelce is showing his age. Their best wide receivers are either suspended or injured, and it shows. It shows.
Sure.
The running game's not good either. Pacheco's been bad.
Like I seen on Twitter, trouble. Is there trouble in paradise? There might be. Andy Reid's yelling at Travis Kelce on the sidelines. He's probably too worried about Taylor Swift and when they're going to get married. So I don't know. But so we'll move on.
Yeah. Eagles at Bucks. One thing I want to say here is, don't get me wrong, I like Baker Mayfield. I think the Bucks are a very competent team.
Well, they're more than competent.
Well, my next point was going to be every time they win, it's a game-winning drive from Baker Mayfield.
All 3.
So they're not dominating anybody they play.
That's just how they win.
I do think they're a good team. I think Mike Evans' injury is going to be a big deal. Yeah. Godwin might play this week, probably not. Probably not. But Ibuka's been great. And I cannot pick him to upset Philadelphia. I just think Philly's too much. I got Philadelphia.
I don't think Philadelphia's looked that good at all this year either. I feel like Jalen Hurts hasn't made the best decisions. I think he sits in the pocket a lot.
I think he's got 1 touchdown pass this year.
I mean, they're 3-0 because they're
maybe 2.
They're 3-0 because you just kind of feel like
all they got to do is get 7 yards.
Both these teams, like the Chiefs and Eagles, who we thought were going to be like these juggernauts this year,
I
they
didn't
might
think the
not
Chiefs
be.
were going to be a juggernaut.
Well, it's hard to pick against Patrick Mahomes until he loses, and he's lost this year, so I get it. I'm taking Tampa Bay at home. I don't really know how much of an upset this would be because it's at home, but
well, it would be an upset. It's spread.
Well, fuck Vegas. They don't know everything because they obviously had the Dolphins favored in the New England Miami game, and who won? Not the Dolphins. I'm taking Tampa Bay. Go Bucks.
I think 92% of the money was on Green Bay. Vegas made a killing on that one.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Eagles in this game, and it's solely because they win short yardage and they have a really good special teams. That's going to be the key in this game. It's just the little things. Tampa, like you said, got 3 game-winning drives this year from Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles haven't looked that great, but this is going to be a close game. This is going to be one on the margins. Mike Evans being out is big. Don't know if Godwin's going to play, like you said. So we'll see. But I think it's going to be a close game. The Eagles win it with short yardage situations and special teams.
I feel like every time I turn the Eagles on, it's a third and short, and it's a touchdown.
They convert every time.
This is going to be
That's why I said you only got to get 7 yards.
This is going to be an early Christmas game because the crowd's going to be half green and half black. So as much as a home field advantage as it should be for Tampa, there will be a lot of green down there. I don't know why.
Florida's a destination spot.
Yeah.
Next game, Colts, Rams. The Rams, a devastating loss. Another block kick last week. But the Rams are a very good team. Stafford's a good quarterback, well coached. Devontae Adams is still putting up numbers.
They're good.
Puka, Corum starting to show a little bit of what everybody kind of thought he was going to be coming out of Michigan, and then Indianapolis. I don't think anybody saw Indiana Jones being as good as he's been.
I just kind of want to slow that roll.
These past few weeks, Tyler Warren's really good. Jonathan Taylor's playing like he did his first 2-3 years in the NFL, which, of course, last year I drafted him and he was terrible all year. But anyways, he's phenomenal this year. And the Colts are a pretty good team, but I don't think they're going to beat the Rams in LA. I think it's going to be the Rams.
This week's going to tell me a lot about the Colts. If they go on the road and beat the Rams, they're for real.
Oh, yeah.
If not, because if the Colts have beaten the woeful Miami Dolphins, the awful Tennessee Titans, and the I don't know what they're doing Denver Broncos. So
I think Denver's a competent team.
It's one decent win, for sure. I'll give them that, but also 2 of them are at home.
On a fluke.
Yes, they should have lost that game.
Right. So I don't know how good the Colts are. I really don't. So I'm taking the Rams, and I think the Rams might walk away with this game, really, to be honest.
Yeah, being in L.A. and, like you said, the Colts have kind of had a soft schedule. Not that this is going to prove that they're kind of a fake 3-0. I think they're going to be a solid team this year.
I think they're going to be a solid team.
Win the AFC South,
right.
But I don't think they're going to win this game. This has got McVay is going to roll all over Shane Steichen in this game. It's going to be Rams by 2 touchdowns.
I also think that the Colts kind of stay around a decent record because I think their division is kind of weak
every year.
So I mean that's 6 wins right there probably.
It should be for them. It really should.
Maybe they lose to Houston once, maybe on the road.
Jacksonville always does something.
But I mean, you talk about getting those 6 teams. And then plus you're going to get some of the other bad teams. I mean, you're looking at 9 or 10 team games that you just think, hey, we play decent, we win. So this is why this is a real big test for Indianapolis.
Speaking of the AFC South, the Jaguars at the 49ers, like we talked about, the Niners without Bosa the rest of the year. Unfortunate for them. They've got to be the most banged up team of the decade. I mean, it's
San Francisco.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Brock Purdy out again this week?
He's questionable. I saw he might come back. I don't know what the chances are, but he's questionable.
Now are they undefeated?
They are.
Okay, so a banged up San Francisco team, 3-0 without Brock Purdy, but losing Bosa is a big deal. The Jaguars 2-1. I wasn't expecting it.
Pretty good.
I can't believe Brian Thomas Jr. still not gotten involved. But then I read on Twitter that Shane Waldron is their offensive coordinator, and every time he goes somewhere, the wide receiver one sucks that year. I just can't pick against San Francisco. I got San Francisco.
Well, with that being said, I'm taking my upset of the week. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval on the road. I just kind of I think
they do ball again.
No, I think Lawrence is a pretty good quarterback. I don't know. There's something about Jacksonville. I just think they're a decent team, and like you said, San Francisco's banged up, so I'm taking the Jags on the road.
I think it's West Coast flight for the Jags. It's a game that I don't know. It just feels like they never show up and play well in these types of games where they have to go out west and play a good team. So I'm going to take
true.
I'm going to take the 49ers. I think it could be close. Obviously, Purdy playing or not could mean a lot in that game, but I'm going to take the 49ers. Close game.
Another good game.
Pretty good game. This is probably Fox's game of the week.
I think it's CBS.
A lot of decent.
CBS.
This is probably the best
show
week.
is traveling to it.
This is the best. This is the best week of football yet, matchup wise.
I thought week 1 was pretty good.
Well, I mean, but Ravens and KC, and I mean, then you got Tampa Bay and Eagles. I mean, that's 4 of the best teams in each conference. So,
so we got Baltimore favored by 2.5 at Kansas City. Derrick Henry,
wild.
Derrick Henry with the fumbling issue. Their defense can't stop anything,
No.
but at the same time, Kansas City's offense does not look that good.
No.
I've got the Ravens winning this one. I know they're favored, but I'm not going to call it an upset because it's not technically. But I've got Baltimore in this one. I just think their offense is going to be too much for Kansas City.
I do like Baltimore. Son of
That's
a bitch.
Gonna be a home run. Oh my god.
There it is. There's the collapse. So I'm going to take Kansas City, and I think I'm going to take Kansas City because I just can't. I mean, they get off to a 1-3 start.
Ryan says, "Damn Cubs." Yeah, we just saw
already.
that.
I mean, they get off to a 1-0 start or 1-3 start. I mean, we're talking.
The sky would be falling.
Would be because
they don't know how to deal with
Kansas
that.
City's not the home field advantage to the playoffs gone.
Yeah, which
So-
they've never had to deal without.
Right. So I'm going to take Kansas City because they really absolutely need this game.
I'm going to take the Chiefs too. You know, this is one of these two teams is going to be 1-3, and I'd love nothing more than if it was the Ravens. So I'm taking the Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom at home.
Chicago at Vegas.
Now this spread surprises me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jake. I'm surprised Vegas is favored. Chicago looked really good last week, as we talked about beforehand. Though Dallas's defense
They're
is
butter.
pathetic, but I would
Terrible.
also say that the Bears' offenses look pretty decent. Odunze's been really good. They don't have that much of a running game. Caleb Williams slings the absolute shit out of the ball. Vegas, I told you from the beginning of the season, I didn't think Geno Smith was very good. They drafted Ashton Genty and don't use him.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's 73 years old. I wouldn't have hired him as head coach. Yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. I've got Chicago. This is a tourist attraction. I think there's going to be a lot of Chicago fans there. I think there's going to be a lot of Chicago fans there. Also, Vegas fans are pretty rowdy. I'm sure there's going to be some fights in the crowd between the two.
Never a doubt.
I'm going to take Chicago on the road. I actually think they win by 10
You
points.
just knew that the fucking Mets were going to come here, and you knew they were going to hit the shit out of the ball. They can't hit the ball for 2 months, and they come and the first 2 batters are on base versus the best pitcher in the NL in the second half. It's fucking annoying. And that's how the playoffs are going to go.
Well, back to football.
I'm taking the Bears. I think the Bears are an okay team. I think they've gotten off to a bad start.
Jake, my dad says to focus.
There it is. Look at he can't see the ball. Oh, all right. I think the Bears are pretty good, so I'm taking the Bears.
This is a classic trap game written all over it, but I think that Ben Johnson's starting to figure it out. He's going to get his swagger, leading the Bears, and I think Chicago's going to win, maybe by like 3, maybe like field goal,
I think the
touchdown.
I think the Bears are out Vegas. I don't even think this game's close. I think the Bears win by like 2 touchdowns. Vegas is terrible. The Bears aren't that bad. Now look, I don't think the Bears are that good. Because I don't think their defense is that good either. I mean, but in this game, I like the Bears in a rout.
Sunday Night Football, Micah Parsons returns home. As we've all talked about, the Packers were completely garbage last week on 2 out of the 3 facets. The special teams couldn't block on a field goal kick, and the offense was terrible. We haven't been able to run the ball all year. The offensive line was absolutely atrocious. Jordan Love with a terrible pick, but those things happen. It is what it is. He's played pretty good so far. We could be worse at quarterback, but again, the defense is what's going to carry us.
Got him.
I also think that a few players on the team had kind of gotten pretty hot-headed about beating 2 good teams off the get-go.
Sure.
he was already talking about going undefeated, which is just dumb.
Who
Talk
was?
about our left tackle.
Oh, Jesus.
And then he gets blown up the whole game.
Yeah, he got exposed the whole game. Anyways, we're going to Dallas. Dallas is a butter defense. I think this is a chance for our offense to get their swagger back a little bit. I think Parsons has 2 sacks in his return home. I think Dak throws for at least 1 interception. And I think Green Bay routes them. Green Bay owns Dallas at home. They do.
Not so fast.
They do.
Not so fast. I am going to take the Green Bay Packers, but I think this is going to be a little bit closer than most people think because Dallas at some point has got to get it right. You just feel like at home, even though I think Green Bay fans will flock to Dallas, but just something with the Cowboys, this game is going to be close because, I mean, Dak Prescott's got to have a game this year. He hasn't had one yet. I think he's
had some very good games.
This year.
Yeah, he has.
He threw 14 interceptions.
He was good against
in
the
Chicago.
Giants. He was good against the Giants.
Well, the Giants.
And he was good against Philly.
He wasn't good against the Bears.
He was good against Philly.
Did they win?
No, well, that's because CD had 2 brutal drives.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
a few more than that. But anyways, he was good in that game.
I like Green Bay. I don't. 6.5. You're right, Jerry World. They do kind of play like shit in big home games.
How many years ago was it that Green Bay went in there and just blew them out in the playoffs?
2023.
Yeah. So
I like Green Bay. I really do.
I think the Packers are going to win this game too. Classic return game from Micah, like you said, couple sacks.
No CD.
That Green Bay defense is so good that without CD Lamb, I could see the Cowboys really struggling to get things going. Maybe they hold down the Packers offense for a little while, but then Green Bay gets it going. I see the Packers winning by 2 possessions.
And this is finally the game Golden gets his first touchdown. This defense is butter. He's finally going to have a big route, a big deep route for a touchdown. And me and my dad were talking about this after the game last week. I don't know if you guys watched the game or not, but Golden was wide open on a vertical route. Love hit him, and I don't know. He probably could have stayed inbounds, and he went out of bounds. But it's like I don't know if you remember that play or not. But he was.
I don't remember.
He could have kept going. Yeah, and I don't know how he didn't, but. Anyways, Jake will be at this game. The Jets at Miami.
Fucking feeble.
I'm just gonna say this: if the Jets beat Miami in Miami,
should I even come home?
Well, you should come home, Jake.
Maybe I'll just go swim with the sharks.
Who
do you got?
Oh dear God. I'm gonna pick last. No, I'll let you pick last. Mason, go ahead.
Who'd you pick?
I'm not gonna pick yet. I'm thinking about it.
I'm gonna pick Miami. They've got those new sweet uniforms that they're debuting this week.
Uniforms, I'm just so sick of
What are the new uniforms? The Dolphins do have good uniforms.
See, this is who I don't care if the Dolphins wore fucking garbage bags to play. Just win on the field. I don't care about anything else. Just win on the field. I'm so sick of fans wanting the throwbacks. They don't like the new uniforms. Nobody likes these ones. I don't give a shit what you're playing. Change the colors. I don't care.
Dolphins win, close game. I think Tua bounces back. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to play or not. He had a concussion this week.
Well, if he plays, that's disastrous for Miami.
2 winless teams.
Yeah, 2 winless teams. The Jets have been close a couple of times this year, but their roster's just not there.
They're the Jets.
Miami's been on the verge of a couple wins as well.
True.
I got the Dolphins close at home.
This is going to be a super close game. And in my upset of the week, I'm going to take the Jets.
That's feeble. Absolutely not expecting that. I always say that the Jets jet. I hope to God that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass this week while I'm sitting down there in that chair. The Dolphins cannot stop dual threat quarterbacks. If Justin Fields plays, it's the end of the world for Miami. I like the way the Dolphins have been playing offensively the last 2 weeks. Tua has been playing okay, but he makes the wrong decisions late. He can't keep doing that.
Somehow every time.
They could have won both of those games. His
brains in 2 different places.
I don't know. Jesus, dear Lord. I don't know that they could have beaten the Bills, but if they go down and tie it, or
you never know.
Maybe they go for 2.
You never know. Yeah,
and maybe they have the lead. They definitely were driving.
They definitely played pretty well in that game.
They did. And the defense didn't play bad. They gave them a chance.
If they lose this game, is McDaniel out? immediately?
I'm telling you, Mike McDonald should be fired already, and he should be employed at McDonald's. I like the Dolphins in this game. I do.
In the
After
chat,
all
Ryan
that.
likes Miami as well, Jake. In the
Yeah,
toilet bowl.
I think we've been playing well too. And Ryan, I'll tell you this: the schedule is kind of favorable for the Dolphins to get to 500 or be like 3-4, like come week 7 or 8. Because I mean, they play Carolina in that mix. I think they play Cleveland. Maybe that's later in the year, but
There you go.
they got a lot of games they can win. So I like the Dolphins.
And 2 Monday night games. I hate 2 Monday night games. Not a fan of it at all. I'd rather have an extra game on Sunday or give me a Friday night game.
I don't like Friday night football. High school, don't ruin that.
I understand. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
Well,
Cincinnati
Streeter sucks. So I didn't mean it that way. The Bulldogs are horrible. So I meant like it's Fridays. That's their night. So we got to give that to them.
Ryan says Tua is the key on Monday. But to jump into the Cincinnati at Denver game, Cincinnati season is over.
Sure.
2-0, just they limped.
2-1
limped
now.
it. Yeah, I know, but they limped
They
to
limped
2-0,
through
and
this,
now they got dominated by the Vikings. I
Yeah.
mean, just a pathetic
Oh,
performance.
that was awful.
They're trying to trade for another quarterback, a good backup, decent backup quarterback to get in there for a few weeks. But
Here's the thing.
the reality of it is, go ahead, Jake.
You know that Burrow takes a lot of hits.
He
The
does.
same with Tua. Why do you not have a competent backup to start the season?
Why do you not start building an offensive line?
Yeah.
I know,
they've
but I'm
been
just
for
saying,
years.
That's general manager malpractice. That's the general manager being just like Mike or Chris Greer. I'm not going to say anything bad about him because he just lost his dad. That's horrible. But I don't like Chris Greer as a general manager. That's all I'll say.
That was very respectful.
So next week might be different thoughts.
So I'm going to take Denver. What are they? I think Denver's 1-2.
Yeah, they're going to get to – I like
Denver's
Denver.
going to get to 2-2
2
this
at
year.
home.
Chase Brown forgot how to run the football. Can't do it. I don't know. Also, the line's bad, but he can't run. Jamar Chase had a fumble last week. Browning can't get him the ball. T. Higgins is absolutely useless in fantasy football. They're just a bad team. Like I said, they have no offensive line. If I was a Bengals fan, I'd be pissed because you've got one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL,
Sure.
and everything else on the team is complete garbage.
Yeah,
But I've got Denver.
I got Denver as well. I don't think there's much to say about the Bengals. I mean, this would be a pretty big upset win. I got the Broncos in probably a rout.
Love to see the bank. Great comment, Gotch. Love that. Discount double check for you, Gotch.
Wow, I can't believe busted that one back out.
Look at that!
Love to see that the Bengals' demise is on. I got the Broncos by 3 touchdowns on Monday.
That is 4 inches off the plate.
Next year, that's a ball.
We should just let this go while Jake watches the Cubs game. It's been pretty entertaining.
Now he's gonna hit into a double play. Look at that!
Right down the middle.
Right
going.
down the middle. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Jake should have a live camera as he watches the Cubs.
No, but I mean that's typical MLB this year. You get fucked. It should be guys at first and second, nobody out. Instead, we got second with 1 out because the umpiring this year has been atrocious.
The challenge is in next year.
Next year.
I know that ain't this year.
It's probably only limited to 2, though, isn't it?
2.
It's probably, yeah.
Yeah, but you
You
can
could do
keep
that
them.
every play to
Yeah.
bring.
Right. If you win, you get to keep them.
Is it going to be like the NFL, Jake? They're going to get to call down and
No,
take
you
a
know
look
what?
at it? It's got to be immediate, right?
No, it's only the catcher and the pitcher that can warrant it. Nobody else.
the batter.
Batter. Well, I think the batter
Yeah.
too, but no coaches or no
Coaches
other
can't.
players.
I was going to say because then you just have people radioing
Yeah.
down. Let's see what the last chat is here. Ryan says get you some bipolar meds.
It's just awful. I mean, this is going to ruin game. It has ruined games. I mean, there's too much on the line for these mopes to be making $300,000 and miss that call.
They get paid handsomely. But Mason, thank you again for coming on. We'll see who the guest is next week. We appreciate everybody.
Oh, look at there. There's
Watching
Saya. He's back.
Why didn't you just run him over? But thanks again, and everybody enjoy this week of football.